Hello everyone, I'm Brian from True Sustainability, and today we're going to talk about baby chickens. So, how are we going to get started with baby chickens? Well, I have 10 ways that we're going to actually get started with those baby chickens. So, the first thing is going to be where you're going to put those baby chicks, and that's going to be in a box. So you don't have to have anything fancy, contrary to popular opinion. So you don't have to have a metal container, you don't have to have a plastic container even. You can just do it in a ordinary cardboard box as long as it's thick enough and you keep the heat source far enough away from it where you're not going to worry about it getting too hot to burn the box or the wood chips inside. So that brings me to my next one, which is your bedding material. So your bedding material is going to be more than likely some wood chips. Makes a really good bedding material. So when they go to the bathroom, you can easily clean it and keep everything sanitary. The next thing is going to be the food. So I went ahead and went with an organic chick starter grower. I've done this in the past. We have our own flock still with 9 chickens, so it worked out really well, and it transitioned from this feed to the egg layer pellets, which you see over here. So the reason why you need to start with the chick starter is because this is specially formulated for the chicks' diet when they begin their first stages of life, so they can grow as quickly as possible and be nice and healthy. Also, it has a consistency of more like a crumble, so they're able to digest that food. So the next thing is going to be water. So basically, another thing about this, I would say number 5 on the list is also going to be your HydroHyn 3-in-1 probiotics, electrolytes, and acidifiers. So this is really key, guys, to when you're starting with baby chickens, because you want to keep them hydrated. Okay, they are very fragile right now. You also want to have really good gut health from the beginning for your chickens. So some of these chickens may have worms or other complications, as that they are a really small baby. So they just came out into the world. They're really susceptible to a bunch of diseases, different things like that. So you want to be careful with your baby chickens and start them off on the best path. So this takes, for 1 gallon, a full scoop, but what I'm doing is about 1/4 of the amount for this canister right here. So that's fine, because I'm gonna continue to give them this solution as time goes on, so they can be, like I said, nice and healthy. So we're gonna go ahead and put some water into the container and mix it in to our automatic water system. So this is also one of the tips that I have on here. Number 6 is going to be our automatic feeder and our automatic waterer. So I put that in the same category here. So this prevents the chicks from actually putting their feces into the water or into the food where they're going to digest it again. So we don't want that, because that's going to be the part where it goes back to the diseases and it not being as sanitary for the baby chicks. So they need to be clean. So you need to keep the automatic waterer and the automatic feeder as clean as possible, as we don't want them to get sick. So when I go ahead and put that in there, this is my extra tip for you guys, is to put rocks into your water, your automatic water, because this prevents the baby chicks from drowning in the water. So when they're brand new to life, they don't really know too much about staying safe or anything like that. So you're going to want to keep an eye on them a little bit. You want to check them every single day and check to see if they need the heat taken off or they need the heat put on, which would be my next point. So the next one is a heat source. So you want to have a heat lamp, okay? Or you can also get one of those. It's a heat source where they can go underneath. It's electrical, you can plug it in, and it's a little bit more safe. I don't have one of those because it was more expensive, and I already have these heat lamps from the last time that I actually did this process with my flock that I have today. So basically the heat lamps are perfectly fine as long as you stay safe. I'm gonna go ahead and take this video over into the garage, but I want to explain why I keep my chicks into the garage first. So we want to have temperature control. These baby chicks, like I said, they can't control their temperature very often. Okay, they have to go underneath their mother in nature and to stay warm constantly, because they need that for their survival. If they get too cold, they won't survive. So basically, let's go inside the garage. I'll introduce you to the baby chicks, and we'll tell you what the other 3 of my tips are for raising baby chicks.